After a string of anti-Semitic attacks, 3 more acts of hatred. Graffiti scrawled on the wall at East Lakes, an almost identical message found at East Gardens shopping centre, and nearby in Maroubra, a Jewish school defaced as students were supposed to be preparing for the year ahead.
It tells you everything you need to know about how appalling these bastards are, that they would rip apart a school on one of the first days of school with a racist anti-Semitic attack.
The Jewish community is absorbing these latest attacks with a sense of fear and anger.
The last few months have been like a living nightmare, not only for the Jewish community, but increasingly for the wider community.
There's zero tolerance in Australia for hatred and for anti-Semitism. And I want any perpetrators to be hunted down and locked up.
Dural, where an explosive-laden caravan was found earlier this month, is now eerily quiet. Locals say police that earlier swarmed the semi-rural suburb didn't give much away. Now they know why.
They didn't really say too much because I think they were scared that, people might be scared. There's bombs in their neighbour's yard.
Whilst the explosive material was found in that caravan, there was no detonator with the caravan.
Police set their sights on finding the caravan's owner. Those named on search warrants allegedly include Tammie Farrugia and her partner Scott Marshall. Police could be seen coming and going from their Liverpool home last week. Tammie Farrugia has been charged over a separate anti-Semitic attack in Sydney's east and is behind bars. She'd previously gone on social media saying she needed a caravan ASAP. Scott Marshall's in custody on unrelated matters, and neither have been charged over the explosives found in Dural. The news of the discovery leaked out late yesterday, ruining what was supposed to be a clandestine investigation. Police say it's compromised some of their strategies and they're trying to find the source.
We're not happy about that information being leaked, but there's a number of agencies involved.
Jewish leaders say police should have told them about the caravan plot.
The first we heard of it was when we read about it in the media. And none of us, I've checked, none of us were aware of this beforehand.
If the police believe that covert means are the best way of locking up people who are responsible for these actions, that's what needs to happen.
But that element of surprise has been lost, and now all eyes are on the hunt for the culprits behind multiple crimes. Police say they'll have to go and rethink their entire plan of attack, and it really stands to reason that things like covert surveillance, phone taps, the use of undercover informants could now be less viable now that the whole of Australia and indeed the world knows what police are focusing on. There are some upsides, though, now that this is in the public consciousness. They're hoping that anyone who saw or heard anything suspicious might be able to come forward. Chris Minns says that this potential attack is an affront to the Australian way of life, and he says if anyone knows anything, they have a duty to report it.
A prime ministerial pledge for more public school funding.
You ready? Let's go.
Overshadowed by another grave anti-Semitic threat.
It's designed to create fear and terror in the community, and it will not succeed.
Revelations about the discovery of the caravan 11 days ago have triggered questions at a federal level. The Prime Minister won't say when he was briefed or if state premiers were told at last week's National Cabinet meeting.
I don't comment on operational matters.
Peter Dutton's piling on the pressure.
Should we act surprised that this has escalated now to an attempted terrorist attack? No, we shouldn't. And the Prime Minister needs to show national leadership here to deal with the national crisis, and so far there's been no sign of it.
Anthony Albanese today convened a meeting of Cabinet's National Security Committee to discuss the caravan terror plot. It was followed by a rare public statement from ASIO boss Mike Burgess, who called out the disturbing escalation in anti-Semitic acts and acknowledged the distress it's causing the Jewish community. While the caravan matter in New South Wales remains under police investigation, Mike Burgess says, ASIO does not believe there's an ongoing threat to public safety. For now, he says, the terror threat level will remain at probable.
This is a time for unity and for the country to come together.
It's not the time, he says, for politics. Jane Norman, ABC News, Canberra.
Police say these are Powergel explosives and they're used almost exclusively by the mining industry. They mainly consist of ammonium nitrate and are used for tunnelling and blasting. Some are packaged in plastic sausages with wire clips at the end. It's estimated the number discovered in the caravan was enough to cause a blast around 40 metres in diameter, but authorities say a detonator was not found. The mining industry is required to store explosives under high security, and SafeWork New South Wales conducts regular audits. Government agencies are now liaising with manufacturers to try to identify where this supply came from. One major manufacturer of Powergel is Orica, but it hasn't made them in Australia for more than 15 years. It said in a statement, "We do not yet know if Orica's products were linked to this operation," and the company says it will fully cooperate with authorities.